like a really long break again, and I'm so very sorry about that. Life things, you know, just sort of got in the way, and dealing with depression and perfectionism and my job, it just like kind of was overwhelming, and I haven't felt really entirely creative, and I've really sort of been struggling with art lately. But I feel like the tides have sort of turned on that, and I'm feeling really good and creative again. Probably due to this game I'm going to show you guys here. You're going to hear a lot about this game on my channel from now on. And again, I'm sorry for that. I don't know what's happened to my brain. I've been sipping on this for like, I don't know, 6 months or more. And it's going strong because my imagination, man, it has been on a freaking like adventure for the past 6 months, and I am not tired yet. It's an excellent game. You're gonna see a lot of fan art because I feel like this is what sort of has brought me out of my art struggles and my art slump, or whatever you want to call it, but my block in creativity. And I feel like I'm free again, so I'm going to be doing lots of fan art of this because I love it so much, and I'm not going to really worry too much about what anyone else thinks about that, as usually I am, but it makes me happy and it makes me feel creative, and I'm going to go with that and flow with it, and it doesn't really matter. And as far as perfectionism going, that has really slowed me down in really creating anything or doing anything new. And there's some excellent videos online that I've been watching about that, and it's helped a lot in just being free and letting myself go and letting myself just be happy with the work that I've created, and try not to go with absolutely perfect lines, which is a big problem for me because, as some of you know, I'm an extreme perfectionist when it comes to little teeny tiny details, and that can really slow me down because I'm like, it has to be perfect, it has to absolutely be perfect, or it's not good enough. I don't care what it is, it's not good enough. And I've been doing just some loose sketches, nothing I've been sharing online because this is private, and I want to keep it private, but I find that doing that has really helped free me up and let go and be happy with what I'm creating and being happy with things being messy, and that's been very tough but also very freeing. So I feel like this has brought me back to my creativity, back to wanting to do these videos again, and hopefully I make no promises at all about this, but hopefully I can get back in slowly into doing speed paints and speed drawings again here on my channel, and hopefully not disappear again. So I decided to go back to these studio vlogs in a way to keep me like working at it and keep trying and keep attempting, instead of being, you know, sitting around feeling bad and stuff like that. And yes, I'm very excited. I'm working on a fan comic right now for this game, and which is what these vlogs are going to be about, is me creating this. It's a 5-6 page comic, so it's very short. I know I had another one I was doing, actually I had 2, and those have been put on the back burner because, again, the perfectionism got in the way, and I sort of just like, well, gave up. So, but they're still there, and I'm hoping that doing this fan comic will give me a good kick in the butt in getting back to them. Again, I'm going to be, you know, not too hard on myself because I tend to be, and kick myself in just like I feel like I'm not getting enough done, or, you know, beat myself up that I'm not as fast as drawing as I've seen others online do, which has also been very discouraging. But again, I'm just going to go with it and accept myself, accept my drawings for who they are and what they are, however you want to put it. But yeah, I know I'm rambling a bit, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot about this game, so I hope you'll stick with me and enjoy these characters as much as I do, because I'm a Lucifer stan, so you'll see a lot of that as well. and I hope you guys enjoy me drawing these pages and enjoy the storyline with me. And yeah, let's get into the vlog! Okay, so for the little doujinshi, the Obey-me doujinshi I'm working on, I got done my little rough thumbnails on the whole layout and pacing and everything that I'm going to be doing in it. So these are just really roughs. I might actually change the ending, I think, or just a little bit, just to have a little bit more of a, I guess, like a funny twist. I want to make it funny at the end and just sort of as, you know, something you can laugh at after a very intense moment with Satan here. So yeah, so it's what inspired this actually was this quote I came across on introverts, because Satan is a social introvert, so he likes being with people, but also when he wants time alone, give him his time alone, or else, you know, he gets mad. Very bad things start to happen. So yeah, because I know I have the other comic that I am working on, which I know I have put aside for months, but do you ever have that need where you just feel like you really just have the urge just to do something in that moment and to work on it and just put everything else aside while you do that? Well, I have that moment here, so I really just wanted to get this out and all that. So yeah, it's called Quiet the Power of Introverts with Satan. So I hope this is going to be a funny read. It's only going to be about like 6 pages because I thought it would be a nice good starter. I originally wanted it just as 2, but that didn't quite work out. Like, it would be very clunky and awkward looking, so 6 pages actually worked out really well. So don't worry, Mammon was not harmed in the making of this. I'm going to change his tie-up mode here, I think, because I don't really like it, because since Satan is the 4th, he's also like the youngest, but he's like 4th in power, I think, and Mammon is 2nd to Lucifer. So I think Satan probably, you know, even with his rage issues, he'd probably have a hard time without Lucifer's help to tie up Mammon that way. And I wanted to be a little bit nicer to Mammon and have a little bit of a nicer tie-up that would make it easier for my OC to maybe try and help him out at one point, I'm hoping. So yeah, so these are my rough thumbnails all set up, and I am going to go ahead and do the first page. I'm going to do the rough pencils, and I'll probably try and do like 3 or 4 pages of pencils because of how I want to pace this. I don't want this to take too long because I'm slow at everything. But yeah, I am going to do just that. So excuse me, I'm going to get started on the pencils here, and I'll show you when that is done. Okay, so I have the rough pencils all finished here. So yeah, oh man, his face looks so gorgeous, even in the rough pencil here, and I can't wait to actually start adding shading to this. But yeah, he looks good. This sitting pose, man, it took me so long. It's just like I couldn't get the legs right. And the thing with sitting poses, I don't know, it's really hard to make them look like they're actually sitting in the object you want them to sit in. And make it look like they're actually sitting down. I find that so difficult. And I rearranged his legs so many times to try and get that right. So I hope it looks alright once I do get to the final pencils and starting to shade it. Yeah, and the books, man, oh gosh, they're really rough here, so I'm looking forward to, but I'm also kind of dreading doing the good final draft of this. Because this is gonna take me a long time to sort of like get right and shade out and everything. Yeah. So it looks alright, and I have some rope there from what you guys saw in my other rough pencils, my page layout pencils. But I think the paneling and pacing looks pretty good. I did change some things up from the original roughs. Where did I put those? Oh, over here. So as you can see, things sort of kind of change, and it'll probably even change a little bit more when I do get to doing the sorry, my brain just like collapsed there for a minute. When I'm doing the good pencils. So yeah, as you see, things sort of change up after a while. Things that may look better, because I originally was gonna have like cats sort of floating along here, but I changed my mind about that because it would be too much. It would sort of overwhelm the page if I had done it that way. So I sort of took them out and simplified, because I remember in one of my critiques I got back from a publisher, that was one thing that they said, is that it was cramming too much stuff in the page, and then you couldn't actually see what the hell was going on. So I learned from that, and I try to, like when I do comic book now, I try and cut that down and be simple and make sure I have white breathable space. Sorry, I need to get some water. I'm just like drying up here. So there's my MC walk down the hall. Now I do have a separate one for that, just so it was a bit cleaner, because when I go to see how rough she is there, when I went to that, I wouldn't be able to see what lines I had picked. So I just took like a clean page, and I did clean one of his little desserts he's eating while reading, and of her walking down the hall and knocking on the door, simply because it would be easier, because this is so messy. And when I get to actually doing the page, it would sort of all blend together. I didn't want to get any of my lines wrong. So yeah, and I think I did a few other pages. Give me a mo here. So yeah, these are my other pages, introducing my character, my MC character, all that, and there we go. So yeah, so she's just handing some books back to Satan, and again, I felt was kind of rough, so I went back and I did something a little bit cleaner. That looked a lot cleaner actually. So when I go and I put this on good paper, I'll be able to see my lines better, and it'll be much cleaner in the end. So yeah, she dropped some books on his lap there. So sorry about that. I'm probably gonna die after that, you know. She just wind up dead somewhere. But yeah, there we go. That's all set up, and I also have the other page. I also started here, so yeah, I'm gonna leave the rest for a surprise because I don't want to spoil anything after that. But yeah, so that's all nice and started. I am happy I got this going, which is great. It's absolutely great to be doing this, and something with 6 pages will be a little bit easier to complete than my current one, which will probably run about 20, I'm guessing 25 or 30 pages. So this gives me a good kick in the bum to get going and actually getting here and focus on what I am doing. So yes, I am then next going to work on my good lines and the shading for the first page. Alright. Right, so it's evening and it is finally, forgive my messy apartment. It's been too hot to clean. And if you hear my fans, I'm sorry about that too. So yeah, it is finally cooling off. So I'm going to get to working on this, which I am going to be super excited to actually finish and get up and share with everyone. So yeah, I've got the other 5 pages all sketched out, as you can see. Oh, what is that on there? It's got some stuff. There we go. Yeah, so I got the other ones all sketched out, and I'm so excited about getting to work on those. I know this has taken me a while. I hoped for like a page a week or every 2 weeks, but you know, my job and adulting and stuff, you know, kind of other responsibilities come in, and I just have to accept the fact I'm a bit of a slower artist, so it gets done when it gets done, but I'm enjoying myself, and I'm really enjoying Satan's face here. I think I did a good job on his face. So pretty. His pose took me forever. As you saw from my rough sketches back there, oh gosh, it took me so long. Sitting poses, I don't know why, but they're so hard to do for me. Like I really struggle with sitting poses and making them look natural and making them look like they're actually sitting on the object I'm putting them on. So Wonderful. But yeah, I am hoping to get all his books all sort of shaded in, which I'm hoping not to take too much time with. And hopefully my crippling perfectionism will not slow me down on this. Seriously, I'm hoping not. But his chair is coming out looking really nice. I darkened all the line work to sort of make it look like black wrought iron. And I'll put a picture of the reference from the Obey Me Dev's Facebook pictures that I used to sort of reference his room here so I could get it as good as I could. And yeah, you guys will probably see that somewhere on the screen. And this little cat guy is actually from you see that up there? That is a blanket my mom did a long time ago. I think I was like 6 when she made that. So I thought it would be cute to sort of take one of the cats on there and just sort of stick it on as a little lap throw for when, you know, he's reading. And something else of mine I stuck on him is, oh, focus, there we go. I actually have a pin that says that, and I'll put a picture of that somewhere on screen too. But my mom actually got me a pin like this, and it says "Don't stress me out," and I thought it'd be so cute to actually pin it on Satan here. Yeah, I think it actually suits his personality quite nicely. So now that it's, I think I said this, yeah, now that it's like really cooling off and the sun's setting, I'm going to get to work on this, and I'll share more with you guys later. Okay, so I am just busily working away on my page here. It's almost, I don't know, it's taking me so long. It's taking me so long to get this done. It's like, I think I've mentioned before, I really wanted to do like a page a week in July, but now it's like beginning of August, and it's almost there. I always forget how long pencils take. But yeah, I'm like chilling in my bedroom because it's a bit cooler in here, and I'm sorry you can hear the fan. But yeah, so I have been watching this by McKay and Gray, and it's about actually finishing, I know she's finishing a comic in a week, but she lied. It was clickbait. I know she's sorry for it, but well, it worked. And I will link to her video down below in the description somewhere, because it's a really excellent video, and I hope she doesn't mind me showing some of her work here. I'm just going to show a still. But yeah, so it's all about being productive in doing comic book work and stuff like that, and actually getting your pages done and being accountable and setting deadlines and stuff, which I have been working without a deadline, which I know better than that. As that's how I always worked before. Even before I started posting online, I was doing like comic book work, and I would set goals for myself, right? And I don't know why this time around with working on this and my other comic, I sort of forgot that, and I have not been managing my my time very well either. So I'm just sort of like all over the place, where, you know, I want to spend like 8 hours doing this, but then there's also so much other stuff to do, and then sometimes I let other things get in the way, and then I've essentially done nothing all day. And it gets really discouraging, and then I don't feel like working because then it's discouraging. And yeah, so I came across her vlog, and she does a lot of really interesting, cool online comics, and she covers some really interesting topics on her channel, and I would highly go check her out. But this has been really helpful. She talked about like a time flow chart where you can actually see the process of your work as you're working on it, and so that gives you sort of like an overview, you know, a clear overview on what you've done and how much you need to go before being finished. And so I'm gonna set that all up, my own time flow chart that I can follow and tick off. So, because this is only 6 pages, this shouldn't have taken me this long, but it has, because yeah, no time management, no schedule, no deadline. So I'm gonna fix all that. and I'm sort of using, like, my mom's gonna help me with this, and I'm sort of also using Twitter to sort of hold me accountable to actually getting my work done and actually finishing what I set out to do, because half the time what I've been doing lately is I'm starting, but I'm not finishing anything. I'm just sort of like, I'll start and then I'll just like, I won't like it halfway through and then I'll just stop. So I need to sort of stop that as well. And I found another video on here that's from another artist that's also been really, really helpful. And she talks about crippling perfectionism, which I always thought was an art block I had. It's not an art block. It is perfectionism. Because you can see from the details I like to do, it has to be, for me to be happy, of a very certain standard, a very high standard. And even if I don't get some lines right, like Satan's pose here sort of bugs me a little bit, because I could have done better, especially his long skinny legs. I could have done better at that, but I'm gonna have to say I'm happy with that. You know, I worked really hard at it. I think it looks okay, and I am not gonna let the perfectionism sort of control my work, what I was letting do before. And so I'd put lines down on an empty page, but then I would hate those lines if they weren't a certain way or a certain look or a certain perfection in my own head, and then I would just stop. And so it's really held me up these last few months because of that, and I am not gonna let it beat me anymore. No more. I am going to get back on schedule. I may not get paid for this, some of this may never see the light of day, but it's the fact I'm doing it, and I need to learn how to just enjoy creating, enjoy working with these characters, enjoy drawing them, enjoy just making mistakes again, and enjoy just having the art look how it looks and being happy with that. So I'm gonna work very hard at this and overcoming all of this, and set up better time management and, like I said, a schedule and a workflow sheet so I can actually see the work I'm progressing on and doing. And also, I've been working backwards at the comics too, because normally I would do all the line work, and then I would do the flats, and then I would do the screen tone and shading. You know, back when I used like traditional screen tone inks, but this is all pencil. So again, I'm working really, really backwards and not efficiently in getting any of this stuff done. So I'm gonna finish up this page, do the tones, have it up, and then for the rest of the 5 pages I still have to do, I have a rough sketch of them. I'm gonna pencil them, put the pencils down, put the line work down, and then for each page, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the flats, and then go ahead and then do the shading, like pencils for each one, and then do the screen tone for each one, and hopefully that will speed up my process. So I have to work that all out in my time flow chart, and I think that will work much quicker and much faster. So that's next. Alright, so I got my timesheet all done, and this is from that video I showed you earlier on that other comic artist and how to be a little bit more productive. So I actually took a sample page from makingcomics.com from someone that does little 4-panel comics, and he was showing like his schedule. So I took an example from this and sort of applied it here, and I think this will actually work for me. I like how it looks. It looks really easy to follow, and it reminds me a lot of some timesheets that I had when a couple of my old jobs that I worked, where I had to fill these out at the end of the day. So this could actually work and help me be more productive. So I'm gonna do a print version and fill out my numbers, and then once the page is full, I'll go in and I'll input it electronically just for record keeping. So I see I have the day and the date and the estimate, actual and final. Sorry if it's a bit shaky, my camera. Let's see. There's my mouse. See, and then total estimates, and then final drafts, and first drafts, and all drafts. And you see here, first volume. I'm going to be carrying on a volume, but this is just for short stories. But yeah, this is really easy to see. It'll be really easy to follow, and hopefully it will kick me square in the butt in getting things done. So this actually took me, man, quite a bit to actually fill out because I haven't used Excel in a very, very long time. As you can see, it's old Excel. My program's old, but yeah, once I got going, it was easy then. So this would be great. Then I can fill it all in and actually see what I'm doing and what I'm actually getting done. So far it's been really productive. And next I have a package to put together to ship off. And then I have to pick a deadline date to get all this done by. So I'll be doing that next. Alrighty, so I got this page done the other night and I think it looks pretty good. It took me forever. I don't know why this took me so long, but it did. Probably because there's so much detail going on. Like I said before, Satan's books here really tripped me up. So yeah, I think it looks great. My screen tone obsession is just a teensy bit unhealthy. So I hope it doesn't look cluttered, but I tried to have a nice contrast between light and dark, and I did some silhouette tests just so make sure everything's still readable. But I think that looks great. And the dialogue, I'm not sure if I should change the font on the dialogue, but I think it looks alright so far. And I'm going to be posting this up on Twitter and Instagram probably tomorrow or today. But yeah, I am super happy with this. So I'll be moving on to the next pages following my little schedule that I set up earlier, so I can tick this page off and move on. I'm so happy with it. Even though no one else likes it, I like it, and that's all that really matters. There's little Satan's little desserts here, because in the game it's sort of like there's this option where you can give them like apple pie, which apparently is his favorite, so I kind of stuff him full of apple pie constantly. So that's cute. So yeah, his books, man, this is the only time I'm drawing all those books. Never again. But this was so much fun. So future editing me, if you'll insert the little speed drawing here. Well, I can't really call it a speed drawing, can I? No. Speed tone here. And yeah, guys can see me working on adding all the screen tones. So yeah, Ibis Paint is actually it's one of my favorite programs to use for this. I haven't used Medibang because I don't really like it all that much. But Ibis Paint has some great varieties of screen tones to use, and they're super easy. on my list. I was drawing Lucifer here. So I had a little contest on my Twitter a couple of days ago, and since there was only like 2 entrants, I decided there was no point in picking names. So I just gave it to the both of them, and I gave them the option of either an email print or like digital print, I should say, not email. I sent it through my email, but digital print or a traditional print. And one of them went for the traditional print, so I'm gonna print them off and a few extra things, just as a thank you for entering my contest, my little giveaway. And yeah, so I'm gonna be using this paper because it's actually, I know it looks kind of childish, but it's really nice thick paper in here, and it's really nice to print on. So I'll be using this, and I'm just gonna set up my printer down there. And yeah, so I'm going to size him out and everything, and yeah, and then I'm gonna have them sent off because they want it by a certain date because I think they're moving. So I have to then check the post office if I can get like a speed delivery or like an express, there's the word, express delivery on this, so they get it in time before their move. So yeah. Okay, so that took me so long to do, and it took what? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 tests. 5 tests to actually get this out right. Oh, God, you know, I don't know what's wrong with my printer. Or actually, it's not my printer. My printer does actually pretty good. It's my computer that does not do so well. So the first 2 prints I tried to get, like, they're the right size, but it's just like, what happened? What happened to those feathers? And it looks like absolute poop, you know? It does not look good. And yeah, see, then they went white. It's like, I don't know what was going on. It's like so black. And it's not the paper. The paper I picked is pretty nice, but it just came out terrible. And so yeah, I really think it's my computer, and because it's like half traditional, half digital, and the size is actually, the file size is really small because of that. So that's probably why it didn't print well either. So I did it to my phone. So it actually came out looking much better, much like how I want it to. But look at that. It's so huge. It came out way too big, and there's no frame. It's just like, what am I doing wrong? But it actually looks like how it's supposed to. It's a little bit fuzzy, but yeah, that's probably, again, my printer. I don't have the best freaking equipment in the world, and because again, it's probably the type of drawing program I used. I don't know what is going on here with it. So yeah, but this is better. This is much more doable, and I think who this is going to will be happier with this. It's still a little dark, like I'm not happy with it, but at least I don't have to like take it into like a professional printers and just pay for like a test page to see how that would do, and then maybe still not be happy it came out well. So yeah, I need a way better printer than this, and probably a better computer, a computer better suited for, I guess, doing art. I don't know. Microsoft is kind of crap in that regard. At least to me, it is. So I have this one. This is my final one. I finally got the sizing right. It's still a little fuzzy. That's probably because it's drying. And yeah, so happier with this. So I'll give them some options. I will send them also a digital file, so if they want to have like a bigger, larger, better print than what I'm gonna give them. Oh, I feel so bad about that because I like giving high quality prints, but when it turns out like this, it's not so great. But yeah, I think I'm happy with this one. At least it looks like what it does on my phone and what it does on my screen. So yeah, I'll be sending them this along with some extra stuff just because I think the quality could be a lot better than it is. So I hope they'll be happy with it, and at least the message I'm going to send them isn't going to be a bad one. So I can send it off to them right away. So yeah, that was a hella frustrating experience, but at least that is done with. So cool. My mom just shut the curtain, so no light now. Anyways, I'm going to move on. I have some comic pages to work on, and I'm also going to be closing down my Redbubble shop because they don't sell anything on it, so I'll be doing that later this evening. Yeah. Okay, so this is just editing me, and I realized I forgot to add a little end credit here. So I know this video ran a really long time. It's like, so far, what am I at? I'm at like 35 minutes. It's like, my gosh, that is like too long, and I'm sorry. So if you're still here and you're still watching, I commend you, I congratulate you. Thank you for watching this long. I know I'm pretty boring and I can ramble a little bit long time, so my apologies on that. Of course, I'm always apologetic. I apologize for everything. It's so annoying. But anyways, I'm past that. But yeah, so thank you for watching and spending your day with me. You're like 35 minutes with me if you've made it this far. I'll give you a virtual cookie if that helps. I don't know. I love you. Does that help? Anyways, thank you for watching and spending your day with me and watching my rambly vlog that was too long. So yeah, thank you, and I hope to see you in the next video again. Bye bye!